Hello. Okay, I'm back with another video in one day. Ooh, so much. I'm just trying to catch up on everything that I've been wanting to do, been putting in my book but have not done. So if you see me looking down, this time I'm actually looking at my book. Got marker on it, but this is actually a book that Central sent to me. And this pen as well. I received this after I paid my seat deposit. But so this video is gonna be, it was gonna be a video about how to get into law school with a low GPA, but I felt like that was too broad because I wouldn't say that this would work for every school. Again, if you look at my other videos, you see that I was actually rejected from quite a few schools. So this video is actually going to be about how to get into a law school with a low GPA that you previously applied to and was rejected from. So the school that I'll be attending, I actually applied to back in 2017, right after I graduated from undergrad, and they rejected me like quick, super quick. They rejected me. But I was like, I'm gonna reapply this cycle because I changed a few things. I changed a lot. I changed everything. Not a few things. I changed everything. So I'm just gonna go down this list and tell you everything that I changed, everything that I did different, and what I feel may help you if you have a similar situation. So first, I retook the LSAT. I retook the LSAT twice, and I was able to boost my score a total of 7 points. That's not a lot, but it was enough for me. It was enough. I took it twice, actually, since they rejected me. The first time, I only was able to boost it 3 points, and then after that, I was able to boost another 4 for a total of 7. So that was number one. My GPA was already low, so I don't know what I was thinking when I applied the first time with that low LSAT. You know, you gotta balance them. Like, you can't have a low GPA and a low LSAT. I mean, I'm saying you can't, but try. Okay, do not let me discourage you or nothing I'm saying. In my opinion, it just was not going to work. It did not work. So I did that. Secondly, I got better recommenders. So my first application, I graduated college, right? And then I reached out to, because I went to early college. So from the time that I submitted my application and from graduating high school, it had only been 2 years. But, not 4. But still, like, I reached out to my principal from high school, and one of my teachers that I was really close with was like, hey, you have a recommendation? They did it with no problem. A good recommendation, I'm sure. But I know the law school admissions counselor is probably like, she don't have a mentor, she don't have a professor, she don't have no one, manager, she don't have no one else she can ask, you know. So I felt like this go around I had better recommenders that could speak on me now, more in the present, not really in the future. I feel like that weighed down on my application back in 2017. So I graduated December 2016, to make that clear. So I was able to apply before the cycle ended for the upcoming year. I wasn't accepted. Your personal statement. Your personal statement, my first personal statement, guys, I wrote that in a day. Now, if you're applying for law school, then you're probably like, you did what? Yeah, I wrote that personal statement in a day. Was not well drafted. It sounded good. Like, I actually reread it. I'll get there in a second. No. Get that personal statement reviewed again, and reviewed again. And then you go back and read it and get it reviewed again. Just keep getting it reviewed, because someone else is going to catch what you did not catch, and then someone's going to catch what they did not catch. Keep on getting it reviewed. Keep on getting it reviewed. Yes, every time. I would say maybe you can take that route of getting it reviewed over and over by different people. But me personally, I stuck with one person because, okay, so she reviewed it, and then I believe she had someone else review it as well that she worked closely with, and then she reviewed it. That way it wasn't like, because you're going to have different people rewording it like, oh, you shouldn't say this, you should say this, you shouldn't say that, you should say this. So for me, I would actually just keep getting it reviewed. Whether it's by the same person or by different people, get that person's statement reviewed. Don't be like me, like I did it the first time, and write it in 2 hours, because yeah, no. If the law school allows you to write a diversity statement, just because why not? If it asks you, if it says optional, do it. Anything that says optional that you can do it, because why not? Do it. I didn't do that the first time, but do it. Like, I believe on my application it didn't even ask like, do you have a diversity statement? Insert it here if you want to. It didn't say that. I think it just said anything extra you want to add. I dumped everything extra in there. Everything extra. Your resume. Guys, I submitted a resume that I would submit when I was in high school to jobs I was applying to. That's what I submitted on my law school application. So tacky. I mean, yeah, it was good enough for a job at KFC or whatever, but that should not have been the same resume I submitted for law school. I literally pulled up my folder and updated the dates and submitted it. Yeah, that wasn't it. So the second time around, I had someone edit my resume. Yep, edit my resume. She did great. I would mention her name, but I don't believe that's a service that she offers anymore, since she's actually in law school now. She was just accepted at that time, but she actually started, and I believe she's super busy, and I don't believe she offered that service no more. I'm going to ask her for my next videos, and if she does, I will comment her name below. And lastly, an addendum for anything. Anything. I did one explaining my GPA. I did one explaining my criminal background, my record, which I have no felonies, guys. But I did have something on there as a juvenile that I wrote an addendum for that. Let's see, was that it? Yeah, I think that was it. Remember, an addendum is an explanation, not an excuse. Do not make an excuse for anything. Explain. Know the difference between an explanation and an excuse. Law school don't want to hear excuses, okay? They don't want to hear excuses. Explain. If you need to, take responsibility. State how you learned from it, how you grew from it, and how you're not going to make that mistake again. So yeah, if they offer that, a space for that, I would definitely say do it. So that's everything I wanted to cover in the book. So basically, all in all, what I'm saying is this school rejected me super quick the first time. My application was raggedy. It was threw together. It was not well thought. It was not edited. It was not looked over. It was literally, when I got my LSAT score back, I said, okay, personal statement. I didn't do an addendum. Resume out the file. Recommenders, which I love my principal. I love that teacher. Did that for me. Thank you. But they could not reflect on who I was at that moment. They could reflect on me in high school. The application was not it. But the second time around, years later, when I pulled myself out of that rabbit hole and was like, girl, just apply again because you need to. And after all the encouraging people I met, when I finally applied again, I worked on that application from January to October. Okay? January to October. I wanted the application to be to the T. I didn't want no errors. I wanted everything just on point, better. I wanted to improve it. I wanted everything. So not only did I submit a better LSAT score, but I had better recommenders who could speak on me now. I had a superb personal statement, addendums, diversity statement, everything. Everything was just better. Yeah, and that's all. That would be my suggestions if you were rejected from a school and you want to reapply. Just give them something to compare, because every time I would call them like, hey, how's my application? You got it? I did get on their nerves. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I blew them people up, okay? Because I needed to know, like, why is my account in review for so long? But they informed me that because I applied before, I have to go through a different review stage than a regular applicant. Assuming they're comparing my last app to my new app. And I know when the admissions committee looked at those, they saw growth. They saw a whole new person. They saw someone who's serious, someone who wants to go to law school, and someone who's not playing. Give them that. Give them that you. Okay? Give them something to compare and see the difference. Again, thank you. Hit subscribe. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask.